My involvement really with Rovio then goes all the way back to when the company was started, and then I've been in touch with the guys. And actually this spring, when they had sold like 500,000 or something like that, they contacted me, or we met actually at GDC in San Francisco, and they said, okay, they could really use some help. And then they hit 1 million in sales and said they really could use some help, you know, with the US and all that. And I said, okay, fine, I can help you a couple days a month, no problem, because I'm over in the Valley all the time anyway. And then I actually went there to this Mobile Lead conference in the summer, and I was actually talking, representing Rovio on a panel, and then after that week, or let's say during that week, came back to Finland and told the guys that, you know, guys, this is going to be much bigger than anybody of us had, you know, like even understood. This is like the biggest thing ever. And, you know, it's not going to be enough that I work, you know, for you a couple of days a month, but, you know, you're going to need me full time. And actually, you know, if you agree to make this, you know, the biggest thing ever, then, you know, I'll join you full time, and, you know, let's make this the next big, actually next huge thing coming out of Finland. And I think that we can take this to, you know, MySQL and beyond kind of valuation. So we're actually already doing pretty good on that side. I can't like comment, but okay, some of the people who were here this week contributing to that. So you know, we're not raising money because we don't need to. We're extremely profitable. But again, yeah, our goal with Rovio is to build it into massive entertainment franchise, so not only games. Yeah, beginning of the year, 12 people. As of yeah, this week we are 31, and we have 15 positions open, so we're probably going to be 50 people end of the year, and you know, probably 300 in the next year, something like that. So we're really going for pretty aggressive growth.
Yeah, I have to ask about the stuff that was. So your publisher was now, so the publisher for Angry Birds was bought by EA, and the first reaction in the media was that, okay, Angry Birds has now been purchased, which apparently was wrong. But I'm trying to figure out how that works. So if you have a publisher or a game, usually the publisher has the rights to sell the game and stuff like that. So if EA bought the publisher, is it not going to be EA who is publishing your game? How does that work?
Yeah, I was talking to TechCrunch last night about that, and they told me that you don't understand anything about games business, so you know, why don't I explain it? So I did, and they still got it wrong, but oh well, it's TechCrunch. Anyway, so yeah, so the way it works, and this actually is also part of the way Angry Birds was made. So Angry Birds, you know, was made to be a hit, and part of that was to eliminate luck as much as possible. So then looking at, you know, like, how do you become number one? Okay, you need to get featured by Apple. That is really like, you know, something that is pretty helpful. So looked at, you know, like how that works, and this was actually, I wasn't involved at all, so you know, I could have been more involved. I know some people at Apple, so I could maybe have made that happen without a publisher. But anyway, so the guys decided that they needed a publisher to, you know, and Chillingo actually, that's a company that got bought by EA, that they had a very good track record in getting people featured. So then struck a deal with Chillingo to publish Angry Birds, and I mean, they did a good job on that, got Angry Birds featured, and yeah, the rest is history. But at the same time, only needed a publisher to accomplish that goal, to become number one. So you don't really need a publisher after you know, achieve that. So it's not something that you need in this world of digital distribution, because I mean, it costs you a lot of money. So basically, what we did with the Chillingo deal, they only got the right, as part of the contract, to publish the first Angry Birds title on iPhone and iPad, and then we also gave them the right to the DS and PSP, but that's kind of smaller stuff. But anyway, so that's, but they don't have any rights to anything else, kind of no derivative products, no nothing. So now that they got bought, we also, I mean, and this was actually pure luck, but we also you know, announced our first self-published game for for iPhone, and this is actually Angry Birds Halloween, so it came out the same day as these guys get acquired. So if you then download that, you will notice that there's only the Rovio logo, there's no Chillingo, no EA, no nothing. So we're doing all of that ourselves, and this is also what we did with our Android version, with Nokia Symbian version, Nokia 900 that we did early days. So all the platforms from now on we are self-publishing. So that's true for the Mac, for the PC, for the PS3, Nintendo, and Xbox. So all of those we're doing ourselves. But it's very important here that all the rights are with Rovio. So we own all the rights, we control everything, and that's something that also wanted to be very clear to TechCrunch and some of the other media last night when there was a lot of like these news items where people didn't understand that, okay, yeah, they bought the publisher, but they didn't buy the book. I mean, so we own the book, we own the rights, we own everything, and I mean, yeah, you couldn't acquire Angry Birds for like 20 million anyway.
And now you guys are splitting out into like sort of soft toys and other merchandise as well. That will probably carry you on for a while, I assume. Do you think that is going to be your business? That's it, Angry Birds, or do you think are you already working on your next hit, which is completely, some completely new game?
Good thing that we're not a public company, so I can actually say stuff. Yeah, so yes, we are working on several new titles, but one thing that is also important, what we're doing is we're building an entertainment franchise. So we started with games, now we're a household name, especially in the US and the UK. So people, random people in the street know us, which is, a good measure. So now that we have established that, we are doing toys. So we will have 20 plush toys coming out in retail in the US and UK before Christmas, and online for the rest of the world. And yeah, we have no idea how well or they will sell, but the demand seems to be pretty good. I mean, one of the toys was selling for like more than $100 on eBay, so I mean that, I guess, says something about the demand and people's willingness to pay. So toys and the whole merchandising piece is extremely important. And one thing also with Rovio, we're big on role models. So we've been looking at, for example, brands like SpongeBob. And SpongeBob, we're not huge fans, but we're really huge fans of what they're doing with merchandising. They're making $4 billion a year on merchandising. So, that's not too bad. And and then of course you have brands like Hello Kitty and like all these that are all over the planet. So we're learning how to license our brand and all that. So we're not the best people on the planet of licensing yet, but we're working with the best people. So we're learning, and we're also working with the best toy companies. So actually we can expect to have some pretty big announcements in the not too distant future with some pretty major household name toy companies. So we've already signed contracts with some of those guys. Then we're also looking at TV, broadcast. We're looking at movies. So we talk to a lot of the people, and I'm not gonna get into like serious name dropping, but we met with some interesting people in Hollywood, and so far we just told them that their financial terms are like unacceptable, and we're not gonna do anything. So I mean, we'll see what we can get out of that, but we're definitely interested in working on that angle as well. And I always try to do things where I can bring the value, not so much in spending hours or days working on it, but there's some things that again one phone call, 5 minutes can add a lot of value. So trying to do things that are easy for me and very difficult or impossible for others. I mean, and everybody should always use that rule that, I mean, if you're doing that, then you do the right thing. So I think that I can add a lot of value to things like Slush and some of the other events, just by the fact that I know some people that, can be interesting speakers. I mean, already that can be pretty valuable. I don't want to, brag or anything, but because of our success, what happens is that then we have a lot of people who would like to be part of that, including VCs, people with money, and they want to give us their money that we don't need. This is always, you know, the way it goes, that when you need the money, it's difficult. When you don't need it, it's easy. And what we have been doing already is that when we have these guys flying into Helsinki, and these are, you know, like household name VCs, we've introduced them to other companies. And, you know, while they're here, and they actually asked us to do that, because, I mean, they fly to Helsinki, they meet with us. Oh, what are the other companies that we, you know, you think we should meet? And I think that this is, again, like, it's great for everybody that, you know, we have no problem in sharing. I mean, and that's, I think it's a very good, you know, because when you do, you might get something back. So.
Okay, so thanks very much, Peter Vestbacka.